Evelyn Quan Wan, performed by Michelle Yeoh, is a Chinese-American immigrant named Evelyn Quan Wan. She is in her middle years and manages a laundry with her husband, Waymond, played by Hui Kwan. 20 years ago, the couple eloped to the United States and had a daughter named Joy whom Stephanie Su plays. In present-day America, the laundromat faces an audit by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Waymond is trying to serve Evelyn divorce papers in a way to get her attention so they can talk about their marriage. Evelyn's stern and asking for father, referred to as Gong Gong, James Hong, Cantonese for grandfather, is visiting for her Chinese New Year party. And Joy is struggling with depression and has a difficult relationship with her mother, which also includes Evelyn's unwillingness to accept Joy's lesbian relationship with her non-Chinese girlfriend Becky, Tolly Metal, while Waymond is having a stressful encounter with Deirdre Boberdra, an IRS investigator played by Jamie Lee Curtis. His body is taken over by Alpha Waymond, a version of Waymond from the Alphaverse. During their conversation, Alpha Waymond reveals to Evelyn that there are several parallel worlds since every decision that one makes in life produces a new alternate reality. Verse jumping technology was invented by the Alphaverse, which was directed by the late Alpha Evelyn. This technology enables individuals to access the abilities, memories, and bodies of their parallel selves by committing odd activities that are statistically improbable to occur. Jobu Tupaki, also known as Alpha Joy, poses a threat to the multiverse. Jobu's psyche was shattered after Alpha Evelyn forced her to engage in excessive verse jumping. Jobu is able to experience all worlds simultaneously, as well as control matter at whim. She has crafted a everything bagel that resembles a black hole and is topped with everything. This everything bagel looks to be a toroid singularity that has the potential to destroy the multiverse. Alpha Evelyn has assigned the responsibility of locating the one who is capable of standing up to Jobu Tupaki to the whole Alphaverse. Although Evelyn is transported to a distant dimension, her physical body remains in the one she was born in. Nevertheless, her mind is no longer present. This takes place during the audit meeting that Deirdre is attending, and the meeting is not going too well. It has been brought to her attention that Evelyn is claiming her hobbies as company costs, which may result in a charge of fraud or a fine being imposed on her. Amidst her bewilderment, Evelyn punches Deirdre during the audit, prompting her to contact security. One more time, Alpha Waymond makes an appearance within Waymond's body and assists Evelyn in escaping. When Deirdre from a tetraverse arrives inside Deirdre's body, she blocks their route and keeps them stuck inside the IRS building. They are still trapped inside the structure. Alpha Waymond provides Evelyn with verse-jumping technology so that she may combat Jobu's henchmen, who have converged on the IRS building. She finds out about alternate worlds in which she had taken other decisions and prospered, such as becoming a kung fu master and a film star. She also finds out about Waymond's plans with the divorce papers. Through the application of her abilities, Evelyn is able to vanquish Alpha Deirdre and the other minions. As soon as Jobu Tupaki becomes aware that Evelyn has begun to acquire powers, she orders all of the minions to report to the IRS building in the world where Evelyn was first created. Alpha Waymond is of the opinion that Evelyn, who may be considered the biggest failure of all Evelyns in the multiverse, possesses the ability to vanquish Jobu that has not yet been utilized. During this time, Alpha Gong Gong takes control of Gong Gong and gives Evelyn the instruction to murder Joy in order to prevent Jobu from using her to join Evelyn's realm. As a result of Evelyn's refusal, she makes the decision to oppose Jobu by acquiring abilities through frequent verse jumping. Evelyn is of the opinion that the only way to triumph over Jobu Tupaki is to transform into her equivalent. After becoming certain that Evelyn's mind has been penetrated in the same way as Jobu's was, Alpha Gong Gong dispatches men to pursue Evelyn. Jobu is able to locate Alpha Waymond in the Alphaverse and murder him while they are engaged in combat. As Jobu meets Evelyn in her reality, Jobu shows Evelyn the genuine bagel black hole and informs her that the true truth is that nothing matters. Evelyn's mind begins to fracture, and she eventually passes out. In tandem with Jobu, Evelyn exhibits an uncontrollable tendency to verse jumps throughout a wide variety of weird realities. It is revealed by Jobu that she has no desire to engage in any kind of conflict. Rather, she has been looking for an Evelyn who is able to understand, just as she does, That nothing is significant while simultaneously eliminating the Evelyns who do not share her viewpoint. After bringing Evelyn to the Everything Bagel, she explains that she intends to utilize it in order to provide herself and Evelyn the opportunity to die in a more complete manner. Evelyn is initially convinced after staring into the bagel, and she behaves in a harsh and nihilist manner in her other worlds, causing harm to everyone around her. She even signs the divorce papers with Waymond and then proceeds to demolish her own laundromat. While Evelyn is on the verge of entering the bagel shop with Jobu, she takes a moment to halt and listen to Waymond's pleadings in her universe for everyone to stop fighting and instead be nice, even when life does not make sense. In her home reality, Evelyn makes amends with Waymond, accepts Joy and Becky's relationship and informs Gong Gong about it. She also has a conversation with Deirdre when Waymond is successful in persuading Deirdre to allow them to redo their taxes. In the process of repairing her damage in the other universes and neutralizing Alpha Gong Gong and Jobu's fighters, Evelyn receives an existentialist epiphany and makes the decision to follow Waymond's advice, which is absurdist and humanist. She uses her multiverse powers to fight with empathy and brings happiness to those around her. While Jobu makes the decision to enter the wormhole by himself, Joy is concurrently pleading with Evelyn to release her from her confinement in her reality. In spite of the fact that she might be anyplace else in the multiverse and even if nothing makes sense, Evelyn assures Joy that she would always want to be with Joy. After Jobu is rescued from the bagel by Evelyn and the others, Evelyn and Joy share a passionate hug. They go back to the IRS facility to submit their taxes again after some time has passed, at which point their relationships with one another have improved. During the time when Deirdre is speaking, Evelyn's attention is temporarily diverted to her alternate selves. However, she quickly returns to her own reality and quickly regains her equilibrium.